Hello and welcome to Marriott MBA Today. My name is John Holbrook and we're happy to have you with us, and we're very happy to have Associate Dean of the Marriott School, Michael Thompson, with us today.
Thank you, John. Good to be with you.
Great to have you. Dr. Thompson has been involved with the Marriott School for a very long period of time, and if you could just give us a little bit of your background to start things off.
Sure. It has been a long time, John. I've been on the faculty for about 25 years, and during that time I've had a lot of administrative and leadership responsibilities. I was department chair in the organizational leadership and strategy department, and I'm working on my 9th year now as associate dean. I've served with 3 deans now, Ned Hill, Gary Cornea, and now Dean Lee Perry, and it's been an extraordinary experience. It's been great.
So you've been able to work with a number of administrations. Can you give us some insight into how you've seen the Marriott School evolve over time?
Well, I think evolve is a good word. The BYU culture, and I think this includes the Marriott School culture, is a gradualist culture, right? We're not revolutionaries, but we're pretty determined to pursue a mission, and we feel that we have pursued that mission relentlessly. We are producing people of character and ability who are going to make a significant difference in the world, in whatever organization they're affiliated with, whatever community they live in. And we just keep increasing the pace at which we pursue that mission. What does that mean? I think it means every year there's a wonderful group of students that come into the Tanner Building as new admits into our programs, undergraduate and graduate. And every year we manage to get a few more wonderful faculty from some of the finest doctoral programs and other universities. Some of them are not newly minted PhDs. Some of them have been in service as scholars at other universities for a while. My joke in the dean's office is, I've got to retire soon because I'm not smart enough to associate with these people. I am so pleased at the quality of students, faculty, and staff that we continue to attract and develop in the Marriott School. And that's how we're pursuing our mission. The people make the place. And we just keep working on getting the best people we can.
Excellent. And you kind of alluded to this brand of making a difference.
Yes.
And one of the best ways to make a difference is through leadership. Could you talk a little bit about, and that's one of the areas you've really focused on in your teaching. Could you talk a little bit about the importance of self-discipline and leadership?
Self-discipline is a topic that sort of fell out of favor among social scientists for quite a few years and has been kind of rediscovered. I mean, social scientists often use the term self-regulation. They use other terms, but it really boils down, as Roy Baumeister, one of the real giants in the field, says, it boils down to the principle of self-control or willpower that your mother may have taught you, right? And these are very significant principles when we look at how they affect people's professional and certainly people's personal lives. There's been a lot of research done on the topic of brain plasticity, that the brain is much more dynamic and flexible, changeable, adaptable than people ever dreamed it was. And over the last 10 or 15 years, there's been an immense amount of research on this. Well, something that relates to this is the notion that you can train yourself. You can train yourself to focus more effectively. You can train yourself to defer gratification, to attend to a task longer than you may currently be able to do. I think you talk to any student or any faculty member who has pursued a rigorous regimen of research or study, and they will tell you that, well, my intellectual muscles have gotten stronger. And I think the research bears this out. One of the things that we talk about in our leadership class, I teach a leadership class in the executive MBA program with a wonderful colleague, Curtis LeBaron. And one of the things that we talk about is that these things improve through deliberate practice. But you have to be in training, and you have to kind of stay in training. There's a wonderful character, a very interesting character that a lot of people have seen on documentaries and on television, David Blaine. He's a street magician and a pretty scary sort of extreme endurance person. He's been underwater holding his breath for close to 14 minutes, I believe. He stood in a transparent block of ice in Times Square for hours and hours on end. He's done all kinds of incredible things. An extraordinary ability to endure, to persist. And one of the things that David Blaine has to say about all this is that when he's in training, he's incredibly focused. And the effort that he's making to train for what he calls a stunt transfers or has effect across all other aspects of his life. He's more focused, he's more patient, he's able to concentrate better. He said his overall behavior improves. But when he finishes one of these major events, he tends to regress because he goes out of training. Well, I think for me the takeaway of that is that we've got to stay in training. We may not train at the intense level of a world-class athlete year after year after year. I know I couldn't do that, but I can remain in training. I can continue to have a plan, to focus, to improve, to be disciplined, and to enjoy accomplishing these goals that I set out. The cool thing about this is that that is portable to other aspects of your life. And there's a lot of research that shows this. People will go on a diet, or people go on an exercise program, and what happens? Well, these are college students in a dormitory. They're keeping their room cleaner. They're not missing as many classes. They're staying up with their schoolwork more effectively. So self-regulation is one of the things leadership is all about. It's certainly what we're trying to do as part of our mission in the Marriott School and at BYU. The world needs people who can make commitments and keep them, right? And I think that's one of the things that we focus on. Let's do the things we said we would do.
Very inspiring as well, I think, this idea that you can really improve performance through training.
Absolutely.
And that it's many things that we thought maybe weren't obtainable really are. And I really want to thank you for joining us here today.
Well, thank you, John.
It's been a very inspiring conversation. And so from John Holbrook and Dr. Thompson, we'd like to thank you for joining us on Marriott MBA today.
Thank you.